Welcome back, our dear viewers, and our guest this evening is Hadeel Almutawa, dietitian and clinical nutrition. Welcome, Hadeel, to our show Hala Kuwait this evening, and I hope you enjoy your evening, and also you're with us this evening to bring us great, valuable information regarding nutrition and diet.
Thank you for having me.
It's really our pleasure. So we're wondering about one of, or let's say not one of, like let's say some of the most common nutritional mistakes people make during Ramadan.
The most common mistake they make is they feel like after they break their fast they can't stop eating and they have to refuel and non-stop consumption of calories, non-stop consumption of carbs, fat and protein, but that's not the correct way to refuel your body after a long day of fasting, and it actually causes a lot of weight gain. But actually where Ramadan should be taken advantage of to lose weight, because already in the time of fasting the body burns fat itself, so it's the way you eat and refuel your body after breaking your fast is what determines that.
Well, that's great, and let's not forget our delicious food in our lovely country Kuwait. And also we're talking about the time of iftar. We cannot resist many dishes we have, and also during suhoor, especially during the weekend, we select the best of the best, alhamdulillah. So when it comes to iftar and suhoor, we have something also called ghabga. What are the most common, or let's say not the most common mistake, let's say how can we enjoy the traditional ghabgas without overeating, especially it's in between iftar and suhoor?
So all my clients and myself, we don't avoid any of our yummy food, as you said, we eat sambusas, we eat hirish, we eat machbous, we eat all of the foods you can imagine, but it's not about how we should avoid it or we should avoid it. No, it's about how we can incorporate it in our day without it causing us harm to our health and gaining weight and over consumption of calories. It's basically how to arrange it. For instance, you have a planned ghabga for today. You can decrease your intake at fatur to overcompensate in the ghabga. Or example, if you want to enjoy your fatur with your family or loved ones, you can have everything you want in moderation. I always tell my clients, a plate, quarter carbs, quarter protein, and half salad. And always start off with a salad and soup, because that will keep you full, especially if the salad and soup is high in fiber, like lentil soups, or salads that have high fiber, not like cucumber, lettuce. For instance, bell peppers, broccoli, spinach, all of these high fiber vegetables. If that's incorporated at the first thing you break your fast with, you will see a huge difference when it comes to the main dishes and the main carbs and protein.
Exactly, and of course we all heard about people before they go to sleep, during suhoor, they almost drink a gallon of water, or sometimes, you know, like when friendly gatherings and family gatherings, we go to Duania or Zwara and it stays longer than, or it reaches the midnight. Sometimes we order suhoor with, when it comes to pizza or pastries or even kebab. It can also damage us the day after. We feel we're having some problems sleeping, digesting it the second day. So what are the best suhoor food to make us sustained energy and also wake up the next day with great energy to go to our work and finish our tasks?
So the best suhoor you can have is high complex carbs and high fiber. Avoid fatty and sugary foods, and avoid any unnecessary dairy for thirst and hunger the next day. For example, a perfect suhoor would be high complex carbs. For instance, let's say lentils or chickpeas, or which is very high in fiber. Or example, let's say high fiber vegetables or quinoa or burghal, any of these high complex carbs. Or let's say oats, or a lot of people love oats. You can do it with let's say skim milk and a side of protein like Greek yogurt, and a side of fruit they like, which is blueberries, example, which is also high in fiber. Avoid any necessary sugary foods, any necessary high fatty foods, unsaturated fats. For instance, avoid deep fried. Some people eat their fatur for suhoor. For instance, their fatur is machbous. They say that the leftover will have it for suhoor again. But this is the most common issue for causing the next day digestion issues, hunger, thirst, trouble sleeping, most issues, because the way it digests in the body causes these complications. So the best type of suhoor to have is high fiber, high complex carbs, which is long-lasting energy in the body and long-lasting fullness, feeling of fullness, complex carbs. Avoid any simple carbs like bread, pasta, rice. Avoid any, like, example, sugary, like, snacks. Like, example, if some people like going for their favorite coffee or their favorite restaurant and having French fries, burgers. These will all cause hunger, thirst, constipation issues, and irregular digestion.
Definitely. Let's go and mention the people, especially a lot of our viewers who enjoy having their coffees every morning, and they might struggle the first few days of Ramadan because they cannot have their coffee in the morning, of course, because they're fasting. But let's go to the futur time and iftar time. After they finish iftar, they search for coffee, and they want to drink the coffee as fast as possible, which will make their mood feel better. They'll be in a better mood. They'll be more happy. Happiness means they want to eat more. They want to eat some desserts also, and also they want to have this unresistible Ramadan food, but they forget about something really important when it comes to the time between iftar and suhoor, which is hydrating. So what kind of advice you would like to give your clients usually? What kind of advice you give your clients, and tonight you give to our viewers to stay hydrated between iftar and suhoor?
So for hydration, it's very important. In Ramadan, people think because the time is tighter and we have less hours of eating and drinking, we should drink less water and more of the things we like. But it's very important to hydrate the same amount of water you usually drink on a daily basis in Ramadan. For instance, 2 liters of water, which is the public recommendation for everyone. They should fit it within the time of their break their fast. And within these 2 liters of water, it shouldn't be at one sitting. A lot of people do like 1 liter as soon as they break their fast and 1 liter before they hold their fast, like before the adhan of Fajr. This is very incorrect because you should do small and gradual intake of water. That combines to 2 liters of water throughout your breaking the fast hours, because that's the best way of hydration. Once you drink 1 liter here and 1 liter there, your body will excrete it automatically and you won't get absorbed water. Usually electrolyte is something I would recommend to my clients because it gives the hydration not only to your body but through the cells and through electrolyte balance throughout the day. For example, a simple electrolyte drink would be water, lemon and salt. This combination gives the best hydration to your body, rehydrates all your cells, and gives you the best hydration throughout your day and through the next day as well.
Yeah, Hadeel, I believe your clients, especially ladies, they listen carefully to you and they apply what kind of advice you give to them, especially during Ramadan. But when it comes to some of guys, during Ramadan, they face problems holding their diet and also committing to advices of your advices or any other specialist in nutrition. They have some problem I'd like to mention to you. Like some of my friends, they go to tailors on purpose the last few days of Ramadan to make design dishdasha for Eid. And when I ask them why, because they say we cannot control our weight during Ramadan, so we have to be fit and know our final weight before a few days before the end of Ramadan, so we can have a suitable and fit dishdasha for Eid, which will lead me to ask you about how can the Ramadan weight or the weight gain phenomenon, you heard about it a lot, how can it be avoided?
So with the weight gain in Ramadan, it should be avoided by guys usually feel like delaying the weight loss, delaying the weight maintenance, their goals, all of this in busy months, in busy events in their life, adverse events, they delay it. And they usually do this, men more than female, because men, for them it's easier to lose weight because of their quicker metabolism, different hormones they have, different body compositions they have.
Great
than
news.
Female, yes, because men do have more muscles to begin with, which burns more fat quicker, so they probably tested how weight loss is easy for them, so they always delay the delay the weight loss, delay their health when it comes, and there is a point where it becomes very difficult because their biological hormones change, like hunger hormones increases, satiety hormones decrease, so they feel full in longer period of time. So then it becomes more difficult for them to achieve their goals. So a message to all the men out here,
Yes.
Don't delay the weight loss and your health journey, because even if it's easier for you guys to lose weight, it's a matter of health more than weight itself. Like, we don't always care about weight itself. I always tell my clients, health comes first, and then your general private concerns and private target goals comes next.
What about a lot of nutritionists and also dietitian? They always advise their clients to follow a specific number of calories. If you eat less, it might in the future lead you to gain more weight because you're eating less calories. And also it can be different, the count of calories from Ramadan to normal days. So how does fasting affect the long-term, let's say, metabolism and weight loss, especially when it comes to the consideration of counting calories?
So consideration of counting calories, I have good news. I don't count calories with my clients.
That's great news.
So we don't usually like count calories. I usually give them a calorie deficit, but I'm more focused on like the quality of food over the calories and the quantity of food. The quality is very important because once the quality is good, even if they excess in calories in a bit, the digestion is better, their body is functioning more properly, which leads to all their goals and reaching all their goals even if they're in a bit of excess of calories. And they always tend to reach their nutritional goals when we focus on that. And I always do personalized meal plans to all my clients. With the personalized meal plan, as you asked, like how does it change in Ramadan or any other like days and regular days? It doesn't change because when it's a personalized meal plan and the person is taking all their macronutrients that they need, all their micro and macro nutrients that they need, their body does function better, their digestion does do better, their metabolism does 10 times better because it's a personalized meal plan to this person. Like I don't have a set plan that fits everyone. Never did I ever give someone a plan that's already pre-prepared because it's always different. Like let's say if you come to me and you're a person who doesn't eat vegetables and fiber and doesn't eat fruits and just wanna lose weight and give me a calorie deficit, Hadeel. I won't give you a calorie deficit. The first thing I'm gonna focus with you is like incorporating fruits and vegetables and fiber in your plan and maybe decreasing the unhealthy foods that you're incorporating originally. So we're doing the small shift that will cause you to maybe lose weight and give you a push start in your weight loss journey or health journey, and then you'll see the weight loss coming naturally alongside with these small changes. So it doesn't have to always be about calories. It's about gradual changes that is fit to you, personalized to you, that will lead to long-term changes.
And definitely also you're taking care of your clients with special medical conditions. It will lead us also to ask about your top safety tips you share with your client with special medical condition for faster, especially chronic condition, like to have top safety tips for a chronic condition people or clients they visit you.
Yeah, so usually we would work as a multidisciplinary team, like the dietitian and the doctor and the physicians and the nurses to decide if this person is fit to fast or not. And we always advise that if this person is fit to fast, they'll fast, but the second, like let's say someone with diabetes, the second they get a hypoglycemia, like a drop in their blood sugar levels, the second they get that, and it's a big drop, they should break their fast automatically. We always advise that. But it's always a team decision rather than just like deciding if this person shouldn't fast just because they have a medical condition. We should like sit as a multidisciplinary team and decide that. And even if they do fast, as I said, we should always monitor their like health condition, monitor their blood glucose level. It's very important to monitor their, especially with diabetes patients, very important to monitor the blood glucose levels. Let's say someone with a different chronic condition, we should first also make sure to ensure that their medication is placed into the right timings after breaking their fast. Like for instance, sometimes after futur and sometimes after suhoor, or sometimes we try to do it after futur and then after early suhoor, like would be 10 p.m. So aligning their medications and aligning all their proper intake of food is really important if they're fasting.
Okay, it's also really important to know the following or the next question, since it happened to me this evening or during the iftar time. We agreed like to go have me and my friends to have iftar outside, and an argument actually happened because some of my friends, they decided to go to the gym before coming to iftar, and some of them, they wanted to finish iftar as soon as possible so they can go to the gym, which will lead me to ask you, what do you recommend the most? Exercising before iftar or after iftar?
So every body is different and every person is different. As I said, every time it's basically tailored to the individual needs. And usually before iftar is recommended because it burns more fat. But before iftar is recommended to do light cardio, not high intensity workouts. Light cardio, and like it would be recommended because already your body is burning stored fat in the time of fasting. So adding this excess cardio before iftar would burn more fat, even like double the burning and double the metabolism and double everything. But why is it tailored to the individual's need? Because if this individual doesn't have the right energy to work out before iftar, or doesn't have the right energy to even move before iftar, they shouldn't. They should wait till after iftar, because no energy equals fatigue, equals dizziness, equals other issues that we don't want to have and we want to avoid. So it depends on the person's need. So light cardio before iftar. If the person is not fit, they don't have the right energy, we leave it and postpone it to after iftar when they have the proper energy to perform the best after iftar.
Definitely, and I know our dear viewers, you are excited to learn more from Ms. Hadeel, especially regarding the most frequently asked questions about nutrition and also Ramadan diet. So we will have this report and we'll be back with our guest this evening. Stay tuned. Welcome back, our dear viewers, and we're back with our guest this evening, Ms. Hadeel Almutawa, dietitian and clinical nutritionist. Welcome back, Hadeel, and we have many questions, and one of the most frequently asked questions from your clients and everyone asking you also on the social media, how can we avoid the sugar crash from traditional Ramadan sweets? I know our sweets here is like when we talking about traditional Ramadan sweets in lovely country Kuwait, I know, dear viewers, it's unresistible. So how we can avoid the sugar crash?
I agree. First of all, mashallah, we have the best sweets here. We can avoid it through example, as I said, me and my clients ourselves, we don't avoid any like type of foods in Ramadan. We don't restrict from anything, not only Ramadan, also on other days. We never restrict from anything. It's all about the portions and being mindful. And the way to avoid sugar crashes is to coat your small intestine from the sugar by adding high fiber foods and complex carbs and high protein foods. If you add that to your plan, and before you take in any sugar, like example, from your food, you had enough high fiber, high protein, good complex carbs, and then go to the sugar, the crash won't be as intense, or you won't even have a sugar crash when it comes to sweet, but of course in portions. If you exceed the portions, yes, you will get a sugar crash even if you coated your small intestine. And how do you coat your small intestine usually? It's by having high fiber foods, like example, a salad, sauteed vegetables, lentil soup is high fiber, which will coat your small intestine. Protein from the futur, like chicken, beef, and I would advise, which is usually people find it weird, to not wait after your futur to have the sweets, to have it automatically after futur, because your small intestine is the best coated at this time. So when you have your futur, your small intestine is fully coated from the fiber you had, from the protein you had, from the proper futur you had,
No
of course.
space for sweets.
There is space for, you'll have sweets, of course, eventually. So I'm saying it's the best to have it after food, because when it's... Immediately. Because when you're small intestine, as I said, there's no space. So the sugar crash won't be highly absorbed from the... Like the sugary foods won't be highly absorbed. So we want this decreased absorption from the sugar. So having it directly after food will cause this decrease of sugar crashes, sugar spikes, which will decrease the sugar crashes.
And definitely we heard and we hear daily stories about people who are excited to have iftar, and they plan this delicious iftar, and they have their plans and they eat their favorite meal during iftar, and suddenly also, let's say before suddenly, they plan something great for their Ramadan evening, to go outside with their friends or plan for shopping or go to Duwaniya, many plans. But after iftar, suddenly they feel dizzy, bloated, and they call their friends and they cancel the plans, or either they go outside and take a nap at their cars. It can happen sometimes. So how can we prevent the bloating often experienced during the iftar time in Ramadan?
That means they're not having their iftar properly in the right order, or even in the right portions, or even in the right types of foods. They could be having all of the carbs, like let's say they could be having girish, they could be having machbous, they could be having sambusa, fatair, everything, avoiding all the protein, avoiding all the fiber, avoiding all the salads and vegetables and high beneficial foods. So of course they're going to get the crash. For instance, let me give you two examples.
Please.
There's this example where this, let's say, client goes on to they break their fast with 5 dates. And then they go on with the sambusa and the yirish and the haris and the machbous, and the last thing they would go to is the protein and the salad and the vegetables, where they're probably full and they won't even want it anymore. And of course they'll get the crash because, as I said, the small intestine would be empty when you break your fast. So all of the absorption of these foods are very high. So you get this quick sugar spike, insulin spike as well, and then you get this quick insulin crash and sugar crash. And yes, you'll feel bloated afterwards. The digestion of the food wasn't proper because it's all foods that won't even benefit you wisely. The way the food was eaten, it could be quickly eaten. You know, okay, can you tell me how many minutes?
Yeah.
Do you usually have fatur in? How many minutes?
Well, usually it's supposed to be 10 to 15 minutes, I believe so.
You finish in 10 minutes?
15 minutes.
15 minutes, all your fatur, with the salad, with the soup, with the dates, with the...
15, more like less than 20 minutes, I believe so.
Which is wrong, because initially, until your satiety hormones reaches your brain, it takes 20 minutes. So if you eat, that's initial, not even completely. So when you eat and finish all your food, then you're going to realize after 20 minutes where you're done by your food, what did I do? So you have to take it slow, eat mindfully, chew your food thoroughly, give it time, then it will avoid all the bloating, all the constipation, all the digestive issues you get, all the sugar crashes, and actually you'll feel re-energized after iftar. You'll feel like a different person after iftar. Me, myself, and all my clients actually get the most energy after iftar because when you eat in the right order, in the right types of foods, right categories, in portions, mindfully, slowly, chewing thoroughly, giving yourself a break after the salad and soup, example, taking a break to pray or just to like take it slow, you'll see a huge difference with the bloating, digestion, and everything else.
Yeah, I believe also the majority of people, and especially our viewers watching us tonight, they have their work and their also working hours during the morning time. And also we have people watching us having night shifts. So let's be fair to both of them about how we tailor their nutrition for those working long hours while fasting, and also people who are having night shifts.
So I can be fair to both because me, myself, I work before the ftoor and after the ftoor. And for me to work both, I make a balance. For instance, when I have a good suhoor and a good filling suhoor that's long-lasting energy, filling and high fiber, high protein, high complex carbs, this will keep me full all the working day. If I ever felt any type of feeling in my fasting hours, it would be kind of a thirst sometimes, and that's rare because now the weather is nice. So it's rare because you hydrate properly and you eat properly, you feel amazing in the working hours. Actually, like working helps me like not think of the time, and it passes time quickly. And after ftoor, once you have the ftoor properly and avoid any bloating and having the improper ftoor, that will avoid any bloating, any sugar crashes, any food coma you might get, and you'll get the energy you need after the ftoor to do your work properly and have the enough energy. Like, how's my energy now? Amazing. How's your energy now after ftoor?
Good. Now I'll make sure to eat during the 20 minutes plus frame.
Yes, you should. Until
to
you're
have
hungry.
a better energy also. So, of course, they come to you also, ask you, Hadeel, we applied everything you said, word by word, advice by advice, a letter by letter, but we still have this increase of weight or digestion problems or bloating, and you might answer them with the hidden traps when it comes, especially to hidden calorie traps when it comes to popular Ramadan drinks, which is also unresistible.
Yes, with the drinks, there's always like alternatives like sugar-free drinks or like teas and herbal teas and coffees, things that won't spike your sugar levels. Drinks always, in Ramadan or not in Ramadan, always is the worst type of like thing to put in your body because they're filled with sugar. They will increase your blood sugar levels like this, like a spike, and very quickly. So with drinks, it's always better to avoid. If you ever wanted a drink, you're craving something like to drink, sip on, go for always sugar-free drinks, coffee, teas. Herbal teas is a very good idea. There's actually a very good drink that helps also with digestion, and I recently tried. And I also take advice from my clients, like how they take advice from me. They recommended me to try Lumi tea drink, very good for digestion and bloating. And I did try it yesterday, actually.
Without sugar.
Without sugar, of course. It doesn't even need sugar because it's soury. So
It's
adding
more,
sugar
yeah,
will...
it's better to have it without sugar. I
Yes.
believe so.
So it really helped, honestly. It actually even curbed my cravings. It really helped. Cinnamon tea is very good for also decreasing your sugar levels in Ramadan. You can go for like calming herbal teas. If someone doesn't want herbal teas, they want Vimto, they want like fizzy drinks. Yes, you can go for sugar-free alternatives because they did create a lot of sugar-free fizzy drinks and a lot of sugar-free drinks that exist now.
Definitely. Let's not forget that our dear children and dear students, they like to do the same action as their parents, their elder siblings, and they want to do the same. When it comes to fasting, it's the same also. So when they want to follow the footsteps, of course, of this great fasting in the holy month of Ramadan, they ask their parents the permission to fast, or sometimes they're excited to do fasting, same as adults. So how can parents specifically ensure that fasting children can get enough calories or nutrition?
Fasting and Ramadan doesn't differentiate on any other day. As soon as you break your fast, make sure to fill in all your body with all the macros and micros you need. That's the only difference. People think because it's less meals, less hours of eating, less hours of drinking, we'll avoid this, we'll avoid that. Like a lot of people, what they usually do in Ramadan, because it's fasting, I'll only have one meal a day. But this one meal is not giving you the proper protein you need, the proper carbs you need, the proper fat you need to refuel your body. So it's better to like make sure and ensure that even though it's less hours, even if it was 2 meals a day, but incorporate the right amount of macros that person needs.
We're really thankful to you, Hadeel, for being this evening with us on Hala Kuwait, and also many thanks to you for the valuable information you shared with us during this evening when it comes to nutrition, and also keeping your diet and keeping your food healthy during Ramadan. Thanks to you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and the rest of Ramadan.
Thank you for having me.
Many thanks. The viewers, we just had with us Hadeel Almutawa, dietitian and clinical nutrition. Up next, we prepared a very special report to you. We're going to share with you, then we'll be right back. Stay tuned.